Radio Berkshire, 8 minutes after 3. It's the time. Welcome, Stephen and Humphrey and Ollie. How you doing?
Very good. Thank you.
Very good. Very good.
Nice
Great.
to be here.
Well, yeah, it's nice to be anywhere, really, isn't it?
Anywhere that's dry, preferably.
So it's great that you actually made it down to the studio. Very good. The nearest that I was in the room to you guys was just down the road here at Clifton, Shirley Bass's 70th birthday when you performed on stage with her.
That was very.
Asked for your room keys, as I remember.
She did ask for room keys.
I never got to find out whether any of you actually got one of them coughed up. You know,
well, I
she
think,
she did get one, but
what goes on tour stays on tour.
Yeah, exactly.
How was your night with Shirley?
It was magnificent. I still haven't quite recovered, but it was good fun.
Yeah, a memory that will stay with you forever, like diamonds, no doubt.
Indeed.
Yeah. Brilliant. Now you guys you're at Newbury next weekend, is it?
We are, yeah. It's 27th.
Oh, yeah.
27th.
Is
that right?
Something
like that.
Good research, guys. Well done.
What are you playing? The Corn Exchange or something?
That's right, we are indeed.
We are.
Excellent. One of Glenn Miller's last ever gigs, the Corn Exchange.
Was it?
Yeah, it
Excellent.
was. Actually, I think it's a big anniversary thing there soon. I mean, yeah, it must be. Yeah, so I'd check it out before you do it, because there might be.
Well, that's a good factoid for
it is a good one. Yeah.
But yeah, no, it's going to be great. We're taking it's a show that we do around the UK. So it's a 2-hour show, and it's it covers all the sort of stuff that we do. So we take the 3-part harmony and we mix classical and pop and some original songs as well. And it's a roller coaster of emotion.
Yeah, with a bit of verbal. I mean, people always they like it. I mean, I've seen so many people that don't actually engage with the audience. They go on, they do it. I know you don't want to name names, Brian Ferry, but I went to a gig who's going. He did the songs. He looked immaculate. I mean, he looked fantastic. He delivered. Didn't talk to the audience once, so nobody really felt connected.
Yeah. If you think that's bad, we just came back we did some performances out in New York a couple of weeks ago, and whilst we were there, we performed at the Carlisle in New York, which is an incredible Cafe Carlisle, amazing place. Yeah. It's where Woody Allen performs every Monday, and we performed straight after him. But Humphrey and I decided to watch a bit of his show, and he takes it to extremes because he won't even look at the audience. He looks at the floor during the entire performance.
Really?
Doesn't speak to them once. It's just because he's very, very, very shy. So we're
at
the
opposite
end
end
of the
doing what he's doing.
Exactly.
You're that shy.
I think he loves playing, and I think the thrill of having an audience in front of you is the same for him as for anybody else. We love having an audience in front of us. So.
Yeah, for us, I think the interaction element is one of the most important parts of the show. And certainly when we speak to people who like our sort of genre of music and like other groups, I think it's one of the things that distinguishes us is the fact that we have a lot of interaction with the audience, and there's quite a lot of off-the-cuff chat, and we don't take ourselves too seriously. So.
And your personal, I'm saying this loosely, your personal intelligent guys, very loosely, obviously. But I mean, you're not dark. I mean, some people on stage, they're not quite sure what to say. They can sing the songs, but
I think that's again that is experience. I'm not suggesting we're more experienced than bands that have been out there a long time, but actually we've been doing it this way since we started, so 7 years. So I guess probably at the beginning we weren't going to be excellent at it. The banter was probably hit and miss sometimes. In fact, I know it was.
We used to write lines down on a sheet of paper on the floor in front of us.
Exactly.
And it was a kind of process of elimination.
It doesn't work that
lines
way.
work well, and then year after year, as you try different bits of banter, you work out which ones work.
And you learn what's right for different audiences around the country as well, because it's such a there's such a diverse mix of people in Britain. I mean, the South.
Mean like not singing Jerusalem in Wales like we did the other week?
We sang in Llanelli the other day. We sang Jerusalem at the end. It was we had to really warm them into that.
They probably weren't convinced. Actually, give us men of Alec.
We got a few wet sheets.
We got away with it by replacing the word England with Swansea or Cardiff at various times, and then they seemed to go with it a lot more. I don't know why, but
then we all forgot the words.
Yeah, a little bit.
Swansea's green and pleasant land. I couldn't remember what came next.
No, it's very difficult when you change anything. But no, we're always very aware that our audience is a mixture of couples and lots of single ladies that come along as well.
Yeah.
So we often have to put the men at ease quite early on, and that's where the comedy really started coming into the show, because we suddenly realised these guys have been brought along kicking, screaming, not wanting to be there at all. We're going to be singing a lot of love songs during the night, and some of them are rock and contemporary and pop, but ultimately it is something for ladies, so the comedy's there for the guys, really.
Yeah, no, I think you need to do that, and it's easy with three of you. You can, as George Michael always said about Andrew originally, I want him there to bounce off on stage. Yeah, otherwise I feel really exposed. If it's just you got to think about what you're saying. If something goes quiet, then you're stuck. But you can turn to one of the other guys and go, well, they didn't like that, did they? So you can bounce off each other.
That's very true. Yeah, you can't be off the cuff with just yourself. You need each other to set things up, even by accident.
And that relationship between us is definitely something that fans and people who come to the concert enjoy. They enjoy seeing our relationship as three friends and three performers, and that certainly comes across. So yeah, it's cool.
Do you go for specific roles, when you're chatting? Like one's the brainy one, one's the sporty one, one's the fall guy, or anything? Or do you sort of mix and match?
Really,
I mean, switches around at different times. I mean,
it depends who's in what mood,
chat's
doesn't it?
A combination of anecdotes in the group, which we've experienced over the last 7 years, and personal anecdotes. You know, some of our relationships have been brilliant, some of them have been terrible. And the greatest therapy you can have is to talk to 600 people live on stage when things go wrong in your life. So I think that the main thing we're comfortable with doing is being self-deprecating. We always have been. We don't worry about making fools of ourselves.
Yeah.
And whenever you step on a stage, if you've got that in your arsenal of tricks, you're in a good position, I think.
Generally, I find the easiest technique is just to give them Stephen's hotel room number.
Yeah,
that puts an audience at ease pretty quickly.
Yeah, absolutely. I retaliate with his mobile number, though, so it's fine. It's all fair.
And make sure you disappear at the end of the night. That's the time to do it.
That's the one.
Sorry, is that the time? Yeah.
Well, actually, we always see everybody at the end afterwards, because we've always something we learnt from some very old school, old guard members of the entertainment industry was to do sort of signings and sit down meet and greets after every show. So we do that every night, and it takes about an hour. So we've done our show, and then we go and sit there and we sign CDs and programs, or pretty much anything they give us. Actually,
it was a BBC ethos as well. After the Radio 1 road shows, we used to do that.
Yeah, exactly.
And the Johnny Billings say, right, don't think you're going anywhere. What? You're going to go over to the van there. You're going to sit there, and we'd sign and sign and sign and sign until there was one dog left. And everyone, the 15,000 people that you wanted to rush off in a car and whisk away. Everyone had gone, and there's paper, tumbleweeds going.
The massive downside to this process, having signed so many things, if you actually want to find one of our albums on eBay, the trick is finding one that isn't signed.
Yeah,
that's the problem.
It's mostly devalued and defaced.
Absolutely, but that's fun. We love meeting audiences. It's what it's all about.
Yeah.
And also, you get off stage and you're on a big high. It's nice to be able to do something with it. Otherwise, as you say, you get in the car and you end up driving too fast or something. So it's good to actually be able to share that high with the people who've just watched you, and again for them to get more of a chance to know you as an individual.
I think that's the way now. It used to be the star treatment of, they're up there, we can't touch them, we don't know them. But I think these days, especially with social media and social platforms, you get your followers and the people that will come and see you again and again because they feel they know you, and you think, there's, and Cliff always used to say, I always know the first four rows. I can see, I know them almost by name, the first four rows.
Yeah.
So
it's very true.
We have the same.
We do have
people
that.
Will always come.
Oh yeah, we've got people that come to a lot of gigs. I mean, like a lot, and we sort of sit there thinking, God, what have you spent this year? Do you have something else you want to go and do? I mean, you don't want to say, please don't come. You're very happy to see them, but some people are extraordinary the way they follow you around. It's very touching.
Good stuff. We'll talk more in a moment with Ollie and Humphrey and Stephen Blake. It's 17 minutes after 3, BBC Radio Berkshire.